In 2021, in the Toronto Star, you described him as, quote, not just one of Canada's greatest violinists, but one of the greatest violinists, period, end quote. And having taught Kerson, what was it like to teach him?
That's a good question. I guess I taught Kerson from maybe the ages of kind of 12 to 18 or so when he was at the end of high school and before he went off to Belgium to study further. Um, Kerson was interesting because he came and, all of the technical things, he could already operate the instrument flawlessly. It was amazing. He could already do the things that you needed to do. But as in anything else, he was kind of figuring out his own voice. He was figuring out what he wanted to sound like and what sort of pieces did he want to play? What did he want to put into his music, right? And so with him, it was really kind of a voyage of discovery. He would come in every single week and be like, well, I've tried this and it seems to work pretty well, but I'm going to try this next week. And, he's incredibly curious. And that's what I love the most about working with him is that he was incredibly curious about everything. Technically, musically, he was always looking at new YouTube videos of people that he'd heard about and wanted to kind of like not copy, but be inspired by. He was always looking for new techniques. Um, the reason I said he's one of the great violinists is because he's unique. And I think that's something that in this world is not as common as it used to be in music, right? There's not as many people that you turn on the radio and you can be like, oh, that's Heifetz, or oh, that's Menuhin. But with Kerson, I could turn on the radio and be like, oh yeah, that's Kerson playing. It's recognizable. He's found a style, a way of playing that's really heartfelt, but also is unique to him and nobody else sounds like him and nobody else makes the same choices. And I really respect that, right? It was something that was really interesting to work with him on because I'd make a suggestion, we'd try things a different way, but then I'd always be excited like, well, what's he going to come back with next week? Because he's going to have put this into his own, and he's kind of like, in a way, put it into his own words, but into his own voice. And what was going to come out was not going to be what I told him to do, but it was going to be this kind of like mishmash of ideas where he'd sifted through everything and come up with what was really personal to him. And I think that's something that's important in music, that it is personal. At the end of the day, as a violinist, my job is to interpret music by great composers. I want to play the music, but it's also my job to put a little bit of myself into it. Otherwise, Chat GPT can do it, and we can all just listen to robots, right? Which I don't think that's going to be the future.